perhaps no one to cheer. Just me in the market, year after year. My phone pings once a spam email plea. Boost your followers, be a celebrity. I delete it fast like a bad trade gone wrong. Cause my world's in the lines where the trends belong. Volume spikes, then it drops to a crawl. I sip cold coffee, stare at the wall. Lonely days, but I can't look away. This is my life, for better or worse, okay? I watch the ticks, they dance in the dark. No likes, no comments, just my beating heart. Full port, empty room, what's the cost? Is this a profit or just a lost cause? Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Maybe I should log off, go outside, breathe the air, see the sunrise. But the market waits, it never sleeps, and I'm addicted to the chase. The secret it keeps. What if I win? What if I lose? Does it matter if no one's here to choose? I guess I'll stay alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Screen fades to black, I close my eyes. Tomorrow's a new chart, a new disguise. Lonely days, but I'll wake up again. Cause in the end, the market's my only friend.
What's up, guys? Running a little behind today. Had to help out the son with his vehicle. So, having a little bit of car problems this evening. So, I had to go help do that. Which it looks like I didn't really miss too much. So, it looks like we've been kind of just stuck here in a very, very tight range. So, good thing. Didn't miss anything. Let's see. What am I missing here? OBS. We did take a gold trade tonight. That's about the only thing we did. We had gold resting. I did paper hand one of my gold trades tonight, though, unfortunately. I kind of wanted to make it where I pass my elusive tonight, but I don't think we're going to. I think I'm going to hold it to be on the safe side here. All right. How was everyone's trading session today? Did everybody do fairly okay on their trading session? We had some really big moves tonight. I mean, today you pretty much can just go out long and just go straight up. I mean, boy, we sure did leave a lot on the table today. We just took little, I mean, we did take nice little trades. We just didn't get the big trades. The big. Maybe Ponzi. I'm kind of looking for us to kind of lose this previous day high here. So kind of waiting to see what happens with this level here. So, whew. I don't know if we get through there. We may get a push down to 91. We possibly look for a bounce off that 91 range. But if you look to the left, there's a lot of consolidation in there. So we may just be stuck here for a little bit unless we move straight up. You can kind of see all this consolidation that we got here this evening between 4 and 5 o'clock. So one of those nights, I guess. And I think it did this last night too, all the way up till all the way up until London session. It just pretty much just chopped around. So we might not even get any good price action tonight. Let me find my gold trades. We can see what we have on there. I can do a Bewley eval. We can see if that'll get tagged in. Excuse me. I'm already up 200 on the Lucif account, so I really don't feel like pushing my Lucif account tonight. So I think we'll wait. Let's see. Yeah, Lucif, we're up 213 for the day overall for the day. The Department of War bought longs. Uh-oh. Make sure we're on the right account. I do not want to make a mistake and take this on the wrong account. Because we're so close to getting really two big, nice payouts, guys. I mean, we're knocking on the doors here. So really close, really close. What's up, man? How are you doing tonight, Micro Man? Don't really know what that means, but hey, we will take it. Just paper trade. I'm just eval trading. That's all I ever do in the overnight session. Created another ledge right here. So we'll see what happens here. So, yep. One more ledge right there. What I'll do is just pull this over if it gets tagged in. I like the shorts if we can stay below that previous day high. Let's see here. We can kind of use as a cheap stop loss here. So this way, if it gets back above 205s, we'll just close the trade. Because I don't know how well we get through this. Oh, dude, Microman, that thing's freaking sold off so much today. I feel like we should have retired after today's price action. It just went straight up all day long. Like, we should have been just banging the money. I was annoyed, dude, because before I got offline, I was long from like 85, and that thing ended up going up 100 points plus today, and I didn't take but like 30 points out of it. That was that one I had to get off the stream and go over to my funded futures. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So hopefully tomorrow we can pass this elusive eval and we can start trading at normal gold. Oh yeah, the market always just goes up, man. I mean, I haven't blown an account since March, so it's been a few weeks since I've blown an eval. I want to say I also blew one funded account in March too. That elusive funded account was the last funded account that I've blown. I only did this trade because it's only going to cost me 5 points if it gets back above that previous day high. So, and I'm only in for a few micros. I've already taken one go trade, so we're up 50 bucks. So we have a little profit that we can risk. It's going to be a little tough to get down there, though. I'm not going to lie. So I wouldn't be going in this over leveraged, or, you know, if you're going to take this, please do not go in it like super heavy. Because I'm not. Like, I'm only risking like 30, 40 bucks on this trade. And that's only if the previous day high holds. If we get back above the previous day high, we'll look for longs. Or we can try to DCA into it. Like I said, you start getting back above this previous day high, guys. It can get very iffy here. I'm just jumping in this on an eval, man. I was just looking for 5 points. I'm basically risking the profit I made off gold earlier. So let me pull my fib real quick and see what kind of pullback we can get on this. So 50% right now is sitting at 10. Let's see here. Oh. Did not tag. Dude, that should have tagged me in. Dude, we might get our face ripped up on the very first trade here. No. Yeah, it got over that 50%, guys. Holy goodness, man. What the hell? This thing fucking... Oh, my goodness. Oh, we missed our gold trade, guys. We missed the gold trade. Look at the gold trade. We missed it. How much are we willing to lose on this account? Let's see. I swear, I've been struggling pretty bad lately, it seems like, in the Asia market, guys. That kind of sucks, guys. We, on the gold here, we should have had this gold trade. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get an enter on. You can see I had my order placed here at 53, and it looks like it just barely missed us. Dude. Trade the 5 minutes and then trade the 3 and the 15 in the Asia. Yeah, I guess I can take a look at that with the 3 minutes. Like I said, we may have to shut this down. Right now, we're $48 in the red. The next gold trade would be... I mean, really, technically, that one was already actually hit. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, hit, then went. So, yeah, that one was already kind of hit. So... Dude, what the frick? Yeah, so it looks like that was the last of the gold trade at the moment. Well, shoot. Dude, bought the wrong side of the market again. We got a pivot sitting up there at the, what, 25. So we'll give it the 25 to see if we get some kind of pullback. If we start losing the 25, we may just have to close our trade here. Dude, I literally bought the bottom. Bought the bottom. I didn't have a good night last night either. We did get up some, but we ended up losing our profit last night. Yeah, I don't know how much of a pullback we will get off of that 25 level here. I may even close this if it comes back and just to my break. If I get close enough to break even, we may close this. Like, I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to get out of this, and if it gives me an out. What's up, Bobby? Nice. Was not bought with prop for money. That's pretty good. No prop for money was used into buying this stake. Oh, goodness. Yeah, this Bulinox account, man, I really haven't even really have a desire to like to even trade it, because even if I pass it, it's just going to be sitting there. So we already got 6 funded accounts with Bulinox, but I only 3 of them I can trade. So even if I pass it, it'll just be sitting there. So I would have to get 3 accounts to the buffer zone to be able to trade a 4th one. So I would need to make another $1,500 on my funded or that other funded to unlock another funded account. We're only $120 away from actually getting our Lusa funded back, Nick. So hopefully we don't have another mess up with that and everything goes smoothly. We're going to try to strictly just trade gold with that account. I want to say every single trade tonight has worked on gold. But I've only taken 1. But we've had 3 or 4 trades all work tonight. Dude, this thing could just blast my face off right here, guys. What time is it? 10 seconds left. Let's go Bears. We still got some nice profit in this account. We're a little over $1,000 in this account. We're at, well, no, I take that back. If we shut it down now, we'll have right at $1,000 because we're right at what, 976 at the moment. What's up? What's up, Bay? How are you doing? Woo, we blew 10 elusive accounts in 2 days. Holy goodness, man. You are having a tilt moment. Wow. Whew. Were any of them funded? Were those all evals? Someone named Baybar. Has he got the records? I don't know. He said it was all on his 50K evals. Oh, he was trading 4 minis. Man. Yeah, 10 accounts, man. That's what How much does a 50K cost? Like $80 or $100? Oh, that's $1,000. 84. Okay, so yeah, $840, man. Yeah, that does hurt. Were you copy trading? I mean, were you just cycling through them? You had to be, okay, you were copy trading. I was like, man, how do you burn? You burned 80 counts since November. That's a lot of accounts too, man. Mm. Does gold have another setup? See, that created another setup. I'm just not sure how well that'll work. See, it created another swing there. See. I'm trying to see where that entry would be. Yeah, as you can see, that would have been a winner right there. What, 49.8 or 49.7? 49. All right. Where's the 50-point red candle when you need one? I don't know how much longer I want to hold this. I mean, I really don't want to sit here and sit through like 30 points of drawdown or even 40 points of drawdown here. I mean, 25 was kind of my line in the sand here. I was hoping this thing would offer me out. I hate it that I bought the damn bottom here. Okay. This is the Asia market painter, or the futures market is open 23 hours a day. All right, we're going to close this because I'm not going to hold this past 25, guys. Because we're already 20 points. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather just go ahead and just close it. Instead of, because right now I'll just be down 150. No. Oh, this thing's just trucking. All right, we got to get out of that. All right. I can make money after hours. Oh yeah, I don't never mess with the options. Let's see. 1, 2. I mean, that's a ugly, ugly bar. Yeah, this thing just pretty much just ripped out of the 90s here. Waiting on the ES to come to the... where is the ES? Let's look and see where the ES is at here. Yeah, I think most of us are trading futures, Painter. I don't think anybody here trading options. You do options? Sounds good, Microman. Dude, gold's kind of ripping at the moment now, too, also. There's another setup of gold. What, around the 48 to the 50s. Dude, what the heck? Gold just... Look at gold. Whew. Dude, gold's on a tear right now, guys. Just ran all those swings up there. So what we have to do is just wait for some kind of pullback. Then maybe we can look for entry. Do we attempt to go in heavy with this account tonight? Since we're starting out in the red. Yeah, we're starting off 190 in the red tonight. Don't go in heavy. Oh, goodness. I'm sorry. I missed your text there, Rudder. Oh, that was a nasty looking wick. You also do micros. Yeah, that's what I pretty much trade all my funded accounts on is micros. So, micros only. All right, new 5-minute candle. Kind of looking for like some kind of 50% pullback. Maybe create like a little ledge where we can get like a little breakout. Maybe we can find us a little entry or something somewhere. But I just kind of anticipating this pullback, pulling back a little bit. Maybe even like a 25 pullback or something. Tomorrow eventually stick around the $83 mark. Oh, let me bring over the other side here. Uh-oh. For some reason my OBS disconnected. I don't know what happened with that. So sorry about that if my channel crashed for some reason. keep hearing my stuff crash. I don't know what's going on. You're looking for a pullback, Nick? What's up, David? How have you been? This thing could just go up the rest of the night here, guys. Yeah, I think Coach Fred is usually trading. Yeah, I've been looking for a pullback for 2 days. No doubt. It doesn't look like this thing's pulling back. How much time we got left for another candle here? About a minute and a half or so. So you got about less than 1 minute for a new 5-minute candle. So what's up, Fish Lips? Off to the races. Another crazy market. How did you do today? We just did the one funded trade and was just pretty much done the rest of the day. I mean, dude, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red green candles. Like, made 50 bucks. I just pretty much stuck to the funded trades today. I did the 3 funded trades this morning. No, I copy traded again this morning, Fish Lips. So we just took the 1 copy trade and we were pretty much just, then after that, we just kind of stuck around, did the evals. Oh yeah, dude, we just went straight up all day long. I'm hoping we get some kind of pullback. Maybe we can look for an entry here. I wouldn't mind seeing like a 38% pullback, maybe back to the 25% here. Kind of create that ledge like a little bull flag and look for an entry here. You're shorting? I done tried the short once. I'm not shorting again. I got myself in trouble a while ago from that last short. I literally bought the bottom. We went straight up. So I don't want to short again. You're down 69 now. That's not bad. 69 bucks. They're way over the ski trip. Yeah. Definitely about that, man. We've been getting just crazy, just candles just straight up, man, without any kind of pullback. I done seen so many like 5-minute candles where we've gone up like, what, 8, 10, 5-minute candles before we get any kind of pullback. Like, it has been insane. It's going to be bloody when it breaks. I'll just wait and see what happens. I'm going to stick to the sidelines for a few minutes. I was waiting for like a little bounce here. I didn't know we would bounce off the 25, 23s. You're only 540 from blowing out my account. What size account are you trading on, David? No, I didn't even see the Hey, what is up with the oil over here, man? Goodness. I mean, not oil, but let's see. No. Let's see. We can look at oil if you want. Oh, it did have a big old spike down all the way to $87 for them to just a jacket. Just went back up $4 or $5. Yeah, someone's been making bukus of money off shorting oil. Whew. Let's see here. We just created another ledge on gold here. Uh-oh. All right, we'll bring oil back over here if we get a setup, guys. What's up, Cashman? How are you doing tonight? Caught half of that spike down on oil. Only one micro made 200 bucks. Dude, it's crazy how much money you can make off the you can make off that oil. Got 2.5 minutes left on the gold candle here, so there is another possible setup for gold at the 48.67. Yeah, I think every single trade tonight has worked on gold. Gold has paid every single setup tonight. Ooh, you guys are insane. Uh, I don't usually trade like a cash account or any type of funded account at nighttime, Super Z. I just usually trade evals at night. You know, I usually make sure everybody's aware of that. I would never trade my cash account or funded accounts at this time. So I don't feel comfortable doing that. I got a pretty good like system that I trade in the mornings that I hardly ever take losses. So we stick to the New York trading. I'm hoping next week we can. Hopefully this time we can get the $2,000 payouts the middle of the month. So because we're don't really need to make a lot on these accounts. Let's see. So one of them is sitting at 52,850, and I have to get to 53,600. So that's only about what, $750, right? Let's see. $750 for a payout on this account, and that'll be the third one on that 50K. And this one I need what, about $640. So we got two accounts that are about $700 from two more payouts with Bulenox. Just got to keep the grind going. And like I said, we usually trade that. I've been trying to post my entries for the what do you want to call it? Let's see here. Does this thing spike down or is it reject here? Just looking for 1 point on the gold. We just don't need no craziness. Oh yeah, super. This is can be pretty drag on type price action, man. It can be pretty bad in the nighttime. Some nights we get good price action, but that's only like maybe 4 times a month we may get decent price action. The rest of the time it's just super grindy. So did not test that ledge there. All right, we may take this off here. Oh yeah, Asia sessions can be pretty tough, man. I still struggle with the Asia market sometimes. We're going to take that gold ledge at 48.67. Hopefully this thing just doesn't rocket ship down and take us out, because that would suck. What time is it? All right, we're not near the top of the hour, so I think we're good here. Yeah, I don't guess I know what that is, Jake. Look up God's trading team. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. I've never heard of that. What do they usually trade, Jake? He was with Team Bull. Yeah, I don't know what that is either. Mm. Man, that's just looking like a big old bull flag, guys. Not the greatest looking one, but that's what it looks like. Is there anybody else in a position now, or is anybody still holding their long or short here? Probably a little over 2.5 years, 2 years, 2 to 3 years. I think the first 6 months was just kind of trading like most people, like one day a week. But I do put a lot of time into charts. I mean, I watch charts a lot. The amount of hours that I've put in watching charts is probably insane. You made 3,500 with the ACC trade tonight. Yeah, I don't guess I know what that is. So yeah, for me, it was my first 2 years. It was mostly gambling. So true. So true. We can definitely relate with that one, uh honky honk. Yeah, I think that's most of us for those first couple years, man. Where till you find like what kind of works for you. It definitely, it took a while, you know. Uh, why did they give me $100? Not really sure. Yeah, I try not to look at how much, if you got a large amount of money to risk, it's easier to make, bigger money. I don't have that kind of money to risk or that much, to be throwing that kind of money at evals to make that kind of amount of money. So that's usually like, I know that's kind of way out of my price range to make that kind of money when you're talking $10,000, $11,000. I just try to focus on more of a like consistent, yeah, consistent trading more than anything. At least that's what I try to do mostly with the 25 and 50Ks I trade. Oh dude, this thing has not stopped going up all day. Staying consistent is what's been helping me keeping my accounts where they're at. So we've had the funded accounts that we've had for a good bit now. So if you think of all the money I had to make just with those two accounts, I mean it's quite a bit. I mean it's probably about what you're saying those guys made in one day. So let's see. I mean, if you include just eval alone that I had to trade, so you're already up what 3,000. Then you got to make another 3,600. Then another 1,000. So just that one what? Just that 150K that I'm working on my third payout, I would already had to make $7,600. Even though unfortunately you don't get none of that in your eval money, but then if you include what, almost $2,000, so I've probably made like $10,000 in evals. I mean, in fundeds and slash evals with those accounts probably since December. Because I've been trading the same funded account. So the one 50K, we're working on our third payout with that one. Holy goodness, that's an insane win rate there, man. Dude, that thing just paid. Look at that. No drawdown on that trade, guys. None. Look at that gold trade there. Look, your entry was there, tapped you in, straight 5 points. For anybody that's willing to put the boys on the table, if you're willing to put that that mini on the table, you can make a quick $500. But you get your face ripped off if it goes in the wrong direction, though. Yeah, that's a pretty wild win percentage, man. And only 2 red days, man. That's really good. Uh oh. So we got back in the green a little bit on that gold trade. So we're up $30 at the moment. $30 after taking that loss a while ago. Is anybody taking the long up there, or is everybody just kind of still sitting on the sidelines? It's like this thing just does not want to go back down, man. Yeah, Nick, that's not really my place to say, you know. Selling some ridiculous what? Oh, course? No, man. I would never. I don't do the whole course thing. I don't even know if I watch anybody that tries to sell a course. I want to say the last person I watched that was selling courses that I would listen to every now and then was probably Patrick. Patrick was probably the only one I knew that was selling courses. And that shit was just trend line breaks. For anybody that wants to trade the trend lines. I do trade 5-minute trend lines, though. I mean, man, we banged out some big trades today on that 5-minute trend line. I had some guy in the lobby like dissing me because I was taking a trend line breakout, and this thing went up 100 points. Like, so where were we at? Right here. Look. He was like, what's that? Why you draw that stupid line on the chart? That doesn't tell me anything. I was like, I don't know. It tells me that we just bounced off a pivot off a 4-hour candle, and we just completed 3 red 5-minute candles. So we got long at 85. That was the long that I was in when the stream ended. I don't know if anybody was here for that one this morning. So. And I also took my funded trade off a trend line break this morning. Look, we hit that pivot. So first pivot, 3 candle pullback early this morning. Then we took this trade right here. We left the line there so we can remember where we took our trade. But we took the breakout back out to the pivot for 30 points. But we did re-enter again once we got it back above the pivot. Yeah, everything online is pretty much free. There's really no reason to pay for it. But I know there's a lot of people out there that does like the paid courses and paid mentorships and paid discords. There's a lot of that out there. I think that would put a lot of stress on somebody. To be selling signals. These damn triangles. That's a good one. I just keep it simple, Nick. You know, I figure what I do works for me. That's all it, really matters. At the end of the day. And I just usually share what I do in the mornings whenever we take our trades. Let's see. I don't know if we'll get another gold setup. What time is it? We only got about 15 minutes left for the gold. How much did I pay for Tori's course? I don't know. That's a little bit on the bigger size, higher time frames, trend line breaks, Coach Fred. I'm just doing 5-minute breakout. So you got to think I'm just scalping, for most part. Tori does the higher time frames, if I'm not mistaken, because she does swing trading. So she doesn't really consider herself day trading. That's more swing trading on her, Coach Fred, where, they're holding trades for days or weeks or wherever, how long, swing traders are holding their stuff. I don't really have any experience with the swing trading, so I couldn't really probably tell you much about it. If I try to do swing tradings, I'd probably be buying the top every single time, or I'd spend way too much of my time just watching. Like, you'd be like constantly like looking at your phone, like, damn. Like, just constantly watching it. I don't know if I can handle being a swing trader. I would just, I'd be going insane staring at my charts all the time. You do the 1 and 4 hour? Okay. See, I've never taken a trade on a 4 hour candle. Oh, goodness. Oh, excuse me. Oh, no. We weren't talking about that person that you were talking about, Jake. Is that Jake that was saying that? I lost track of my chat there. There we go. I'm long after that hard short. Nice. That was a nice retracement of the 25. You know, if you like longing off the whole numbers. So that was a nice 25 long. I didn't pull fib and see what the percent pullback on that was, but it was probably 50%. Let's see here. Not quite 50%, more like a 38% pullback. So usually when you only get that 40% pullback, usually that means that we're going to stay very bullish. At least for a short-term move up. I'm not really sure where we're at if you look at the overall leg, because this looks like one big size leg. I'd imagine next week we're probably going to get into some inside legs, because this is a massive outside leg here without hardly any inside legs. I mean, wow, this thing is just insane. Just one big outside leg. Oh my goodness. What the hell? Wow. No pullbacks all week long, guys. This thing is just going straight up all week. Holy goodness. That is an insane move to the higher side. That is a swing trader right there, man. They find a way to get long right there and just be holding that thing for days. Can you imagine if you were like a really good at swing trading, been holding this thing for like 3 days? I mean, that would be insane. Excuse me. Oh, and I wasn't paying attention either. That was a nice retest back into the pivot level. There's a pivot sitting at 24. We'll mark that out real quick. So that was a nice little pivot retest that we missed. I didn't have it marked out. If I'd had that marked out, that would have been a nice area to take a retest. Excuse me. Nice little retest of the pivot. For anybody that likes to trade pivots, I use Fibonacci pivots. So if you have pivots on your TradingView charts, I just changed these settings to Fibonacci. You're just letting it run overnight and see where we go. Dude, where could we go? Usually we get to these all-time highs. I mean, I guess I would have to change this to the daily chart or something like that to even try to look at how far this goes back. We can see, let's change it over here. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be jumping in. So we'll look at the daily chart. Let's going to look kind of messy once this daily chart kicks in. All these freaking lines and stuff are going to start popping in. It's calculating. Hopefully I didn't just freeze my charts. There we go. So that's all the way back to May. So, and with the highs all the way at 27,000. Oh, 26,883. I don't know if that's all-time highs. I don't know if anybody knows that or not. Oh, you missed the gold. I took one little gold trade tonight, Papa, or maybe two gold trades. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Dude, look at all these green candles just non-stop. This thing just have not had no pullbacks. You're setting you setting yours to 26,250. We got a couple people that are long. David said he was long. Where was your long entry at, David? Excuse me. This one prints. That'll be another entry here. Sounds good, Diary or USA. I don't know how safe this. Oh man, it's already about to have. We can try one micro here. I don't know if we'll be able to get it in time before it hits. Oh shoot, it's already after 9 o'clock too. Oh. Ah, shoot. $67. Where would we have to get to? What, $72? No, we're just going to stay away from gold. It's after 9 o'clock, or it's basically 9 o'clock. And usually that 10 o'clock is the cutoff time, or 9 o'clock if you're in Central Time. Thank you guys for hanging out, watching, and subscribing tonight, guys. Sorry, there really hasn't been a lot of action. I did get caught in this short here. I accidentally took a short here. I didn't accidentally. I did take a short under the previous day high here. So we ended up closing it down for like 100 and something in the red. But we've been trading gold off to the side. So we've taken a few little gold trades. So, full port and one micro on gold. Yes, that's pretty funny. Full port in the gold, dude. This thing's already. It didn't give me the 5 points, so you would have been long from 67. So you would have had to get 62 for 5 points. Man, it's already about to hit with very little drawdown. So 67.5. Let's see. Oh, yeah. There's your 5 points. Look at there. 5 points on the rip, guys, with what? 2 points of drawdown? Dude, these ledges and this stuff on these gold trades is just insane. I don't think this thing's taking a loss tonight. It's been banging all night. I would have probably traded more tonight, but I didn't want to risk my elusive account tonight because we only need to make $120 more on this elusive account to finally get it back to funded. So we're at 26,137 and we just got to get to 250. So we only need about $114 more. So we'll try to get that tomorrow. And we're already up $200 between today and that gold trade that we took earlier. So that's why we haven't really taken too many more gold trades tonight on that elusive account. We've been just kind of letting it sit on the sidelines. Okay, so you're looking for 53 to get. I don't know if we get much of a pullback on this or not. Let's see. I mean, we've already kind of pulled back to the 50%. I think as long as your 50% holds here, I think you're good to go, Micro Man. And that's just, excuse me, and that's just on the leg here too, so. Yeah, we're over 1,000 points. Yeah, dude, we've been just going straight up every day. I mean, I wish I could have capitalized up on some of those bigger moves. All right, so this is the top of the hour. So this is the start of your 4-hour candle and your 1-hour candle. So you get all new set of candles here at the 9 o'clock hour. Let's see if the 50% holds up here. I think as long as 50% holds, I think you're good to go. Yeah, I'm in Central Time, 1 micro. Yeah, you really didn't want to see it lose. You wanted this to kind of stay within the 50 to 60% area. Oh, excuse me. I know I usually start getting tired around like the 9:30 because I get up so early in the morning. it's holding. Oh goodness. It gave us 60%. It gave us a 60. I would try to long with you, but it'll probably go down if I long. So That'd be my luck. You said RSI is above this 50%. It's above the 50. Full port. Oh, no full ports, man. No full ports. Yes, Coach Fred. You got to keep multiple streams of income when you're be trying to do trading for a living, because you know you can always have those really bad months. Eventually, one day we're going to be doing some cash accounts. It'd be nice if we can get to do a cash account, back on a cash account. Let's see. Yeah, I think we ended up catching 3 gold trades tonight. So we took the first one. We lost our money from the gold from that loss a while ago, plus some. We got our money back on the gold trade, so now we're kind of back in the green. So far this year, we're only up about $3,000. Well, that's money, you know, taking out. I guess if you look at how much I'm up in just the EVA or my funded accounts for the year, it's probably more like 8 to 10,000. But you know, you have to get to certain levels to be able to take those out. And I usually trade very small. So most nights we usually just looking for, or you know, most days only like 2 to, you know what, 125 per account, 130. Oh no, that's just for the year. That would be pretty wild if that was today. No, I don't make that kind of money where I can swing for the fence like that. Because you would have to have like decent money to do that on your accounts. And I don't really care to blow up a lot of evals or funded accounts to try to make that, at least at not at this point. I don't care to. That just seems like a lot, you know, to try to really push that. Sounds good, David. Have a safe drive home. You made 64 today. Nice, dude. That's pretty good. You lost I'm hoping that's just eval money, right, Nicholas? That's just eval money, right? That's not real cash, is it? Or funded account or something? If we stay consistent for like the rest of this week and next week, we should be able to request at least another $2,000. I'm hoping by the end of next week, because we're only like $600 and $700 away in 2 accounts for the PDT rule change. That it means there's a ton of volume in the middle of the summer. Oh wow, I guess I wasn't aware of that. So is that where you don't have to have the $25,000 in an account to be a day trader for stocks? Is that what that means? That PDT rule? Dude, I don't know if we are going to get that runner. Okay, so 45 days until they implement that, and yeah, it's 2K now. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a big one there. That should bring in a lot of traders there now that you don't have to worry about getting hit with that, more than three trades. What is it, like three trades a week or three trades a day or something like that you can't take as a be considered a day trader with if you're trading stocks on a cash account? Battering day traders out, so take the short. That's pretty good. Short it. Celebrate the bankers for the that. Nah, dude, they just want people to come in with more smaller accounts. There are gonna be so many people getting their accounts trashed on. I don't ever recommend trading a cash account if you're brand new to trading, because you're gonna end up losing that crap. For most people, at least that first year or longer, you just feel like you're just randomly buying in the market. So they're gonna get trashed. Let's see. The money house is licking their chops. No doubt. They probably are, man. Because they know there are going to be so many more traders that are going to hit the market. All right, let's see what. Oh no, I was talking about trading a cash account, like starting out trading forex. I just know most people that I've have come in contact with or listen to most of the time, if they start off with a cash account, they usually don't usually fare that well. Oof. This could just be like a little nice little pivot retest, so you can kind of see if the pivots. Yes and no. I mean, I usually try to stay strict with my accounts. I mean, like I said, that's why I don't make thousands of dollars on prop firm accounts. But I only usually recommend like cheaper prop firms. That way, if someone's new to trading, that way if they do lose their money, they're probably not going to, at least you're starting out, you're only going to lose like 20, 25 bucks if you're starting out on an eval. But usually what I usually recommend to someone that's just brand new to trading is probably go with Bulanox or Apex, that you're only going to spend $15 to $30, and that way you can just get data and trade sim account. Then when you get comfortable trading sim account, maybe take a few small trades on your eval. And most people always, most people is going to probably end up, just as myself, below their first eval, below their first funded. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of us here. I didn't really look at the numbers, so I couldn't. I mean, I look for news, but I don't ever look for the, you know, what the news is behind the release numbers. So I don't usually ever look into that. I do just look at investment.com and see what news we have. That way, if I know if I'm trading, I'm not looking for something during that time of the release. That's probably about the only time I really put into daily news, if it's like red folder news or 3-star news. I don't usually pay much attention to what the numbers are released. I don't know. This would be the second test. So I don't know if I'd want to buy a long here just because this is the second test. I think if you did the first test, that would have been a lot safer. But remember, the second test is never going to be as, as strong. So I don't know. A lot of times on these first tests, you usually get nice, good reaction. You can almost backdoor this on the first test. Or either that or wait for the second 5-minute candle to push and see if it can retest that pivot to get long on this move here. But I wouldn't do that on the second test. But that's just me. The 50% is at the 18. Well, I thought we... See, sometimes we get fake outs below this where it'll push down. And we got lots of support down there all the way to the 90s. If you kind of go to the left, you can see there's tons of support down here. I also don't do minis either. So I just do micros for most part. So anytime, my experience with minis, man, I just not have a good time with minis. I always end up just messing up my accounts if I trade minis. So we strictly try to stick to micros only. And see, this thing could recover. Don't know. It gets a little tougher when we're at all-time highs. I don't know if anybody else struggles once we get to those all-time highs. I start struggling a little bit more. I think it's because I keep thinking about shorts. And I think that's what gets me a lot of days, because you're like, man, we just keep going up and up and up and up. Usually these all-time highs are usually some of the hardest to trade. I'm struggling in the snack aisle. Usually I do 3 contracts on fundeds. Evals, I may trade a little bit more aggressively on evals, but funded accounts, strictly 3 contracts. And lately what we've been doing is copy trading. This week we've been copy trading. So we won every morning this week so far. I think I've only taken 1 loss on my fundeds, and I think that was last week. I want to say last Friday we took a loss on the fundeds. I'm pretty sure it was last Friday. We can look though, because we can just go to Bulanox page and it'll show you your losses and wins. I don't know what causes to do that crap. Yeah, so we did take a loss here for $70. When was that? Friday. So Friday we took a loss. There's a little bitty loss there, but that's probably a break-even trade. That's $28. So 138. That was on what, March 23rd. Most of my losses, if I take full losses, are usually about $100 and something, 120 to 150 most days. I think the worst loss I had on this account was 400. It looks like a couple little break-even trades in there. So we've only had about, 6 really full losses on this account since we started back in December. And this is the one we're about to hit our third payout on. We're already taking total 2 payouts, so we're working on our third. This is that one that we need to make another $600. We've already had like 55 trading days on this account, so we've been kind of grinding this account for a while. So then this is the next one that we're working on, just trying to get our first payout. This is the 25K that's about to be a payout. If we make another $650, I think I had a pretty good run on this account, man. This was rollover week here, guys. Look at rollover week. Rollover kicked my butt. I'm not going to lie. Look, what's the dates on that? That was the Friday before rollover. So the 12th, the 16th, and the 18th. That was a rough week. So I was like $700 away from getting $1,000 payout with this account. Then rollover week happened. It's like I was on the struggle bus for rollover weeks. I don't know what it was, man. I just could not buy and win during that rollover week. FOMC, contracts expiring. Like, it was a rough week. I lost 10 counts 2 weeks ago. Was that during, it might have been during rollover week, dude. Rollover week was tough. I kept telling everybody protect their accounts during that whole week because I knew it was going to be tough. Just from past experience, man. Rollover weeks is always, especially when, you got Papa Powell speaking and you have all this oil news, and it was just so much going on that week. So much news. It was brutal. That was one brutal week. Trust me, you weren't alone, man. There was lots of, people bringing up how many accounts that they were losing during that week. The one thing that's helping me the most with the funded accounts, man, if you take the loss, just put the account away. Take your one loss and walk away, no matter how much you lose. If you can just do it with the one trade, lose your $100 or $200 or whatever you're risking, 10% of your account, and just put it away. That is probably what's helped me out the most with my funded accounts. It's just don't trade it after you take your loss. Man, were you copy trading when you lost 10 funded accounts? I mean, that sounds tough. Oh, you were trading 15 micros. Man, basically a minute and a half. Whew. What is that, $30 a point? Is that right? Yeah, $30 a point? Man, that sounds harsh. What size accounts were you trading on to be trading a minute and a half? I mean, you had to at least be trading 150K accounts or the 250Ks. You got to have a pretty good size account to trade a minute and a half. I mean, you can do the 50Ks, but man, those 50Ks will get wrecked quick. Dude, what is that? Man, if we do the numbers on that, that's probably no points. I try to look at it that way whenever I go in heavy. So, let's just say $3,000 divided by 30. So what's that, 100 points? So you got 100 points that you can lose. And 100 points on the ES, man, that can be like 2 or 3 trades. I mean, not ES, but the NASDAQ, you know, especially with these 25 and 50 point whips that we've been getting. And the worst of it, bars, is whenever you take that first initial loss and you don't put your account away and then you try to get it back. That's usually what happens. Okay, nice. So you're going to downsize to 5. That's not a bad. I can, I think that'd be fine if you can. What kind of a stop loss do you use with the 5 micros? Dude, the pivot's holding. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily the war, Nicholas, that is affecting the market. More or less what the war is causing, and that's I guess the whole oil news that's constantly in the market, and that's just because it's constantly in the news. If it wasn't in the news all the time, you probably wouldn't see much of a thing. But since it's in the news nonstop, it's just, you know, causing a lot of like whipsawy price action like any other crazy news that we get, you know, some days. But I don't know if you remember April. Last April was untradeable. Last April was probably some of the most craziest price action I've ever seen. I know I've done back tests with Methodical Man, like with trading strategies. And anytime we go through April, April is always horrible when it comes to back testing strategies because it's so hard to get an accurate reading because that was during all that what was that called, the tariff news. That's what it was. It was during all that tariff news that we were having last year, and you know, waiting on Supreme Court to make a decision on the tariffs news. There was just so much different tariff news last year around this time that caused the markets to be nuts last April. Okay, so what is 250? 25 points? Yeah, 25 points. Myth says I sit on his laps when y'all do back testing. Oh, dirty old Myth. I'm surprised Myth hadn't popped in the lobby somewhere. Oh, goodness. He's usually always kind of popping in. He's usually off to the side. So he took his gold trades and ran tonight, guys. He's already displayed all his gold trades in the lobby over there in the Discord. He's watching from the shadows. It is 10:30 his time, so he may be in bed. Maybe, I don't know. I think he had to go to a baseball game tonight, is what he said. Yeah, but I think he was on his way home, or maybe he was taking the kids and stuff home. I'm not sure. They should be done. You would think that high school baseball wouldn't be throwing down at what, 10:30 at night, because it's 10:30 where they're at. Did anybody short the pivot? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that's right. You decided to do your taxes. I forgot. I asked you about that earlier. I was like, Methodical Man, did you do your taxes, or are you gonna wait till tomorrow night at like 11:59? Like, phew, done. Good old taxes. You're looking for a long here? Ooh. What are you looking to take your long off there, Bay? Send me over lots of cash. Though the government doesn't take cash, methodical man. They only want a credit card. And let me tell you something with the credit card thing that I was very annoyed about. You know, me and my wife, we had to pay our taxes yesterday. They charged me $100 to use my credit card. Use my credit card to pay my taxes with fees. I was like, what the hell? Them dirty, dirty people. It's free to mail a check. I guess so. I don't ever mail anything. The fees were more than what I owed in taxes. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I hate paying in federal taxes. I mean, that could be a lot worse. You could be paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes. Hey man, we always pay the tax, man. We don't want to be messing around with that. But the thing about it, it's not even federal, between like all the, you got to think, man, what, between federal taxes, property, your, home taxes. So, be getting it on both ends. And I don't make enough money off my rental property to cover the taxes, methodical man. You got to call my daughter up and tell her to pay more. Feel like you short. I need to get a real renter. Yeah. That's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Oh, goodness. Not anytime soon. I'm going to wait and see what happens with this previous day high here. So we're at the current day mid, but man, there is so much consolidation down there under the 26,000s. Yeah, we took one on the elusive account, methodical. Remember, I said I was up $213 today, so I didn't want to take any more elusive trades because we only need $120 to pass that account. I took another one on Bulinox. I took two with Bulinox tonight. Man, we did get a nice short entry. Freaking copy trader. I figured she would have had her computer with her, though. Like, just watching it. Here we go. Now the 5-minute is bearish territory. We need to get below the previous day high, but man, we got below this previous day high a while ago, but we just... What are you thinking, Alex? I'm thinking you're going to look for long off the previous day? I'm sorry if I missed your message. Didn't see it quick enough. What's up, boring trader? No, I took a horrible trade earlier starting off the day and say. Yeah, see, we don't really do any write-offs on the real estate there. No write-offs. All right, we're at the previous day high, guys. What are y'all thinking? We're bouncing. What do we got? 2 minutes left before the next 5 minute. Dude, gold ripped. I wasn't even watching gold. Dude, here's another entry on gold. It is after the top of that hour, though. Oh, did it tag it in? Nope. I mean, that's kind of a new one there, Methodical. But I know it's after the 10 o'clock hour, so I wasn't sure. I had it marked out, but I hate when we miss it. I hate when we miss it by a few points. You said, hey, brother, figure out how to trade futures. Yeah, we're working on it, man. Definitely working on it. We practice every day. The Johnny Bravos. I don't really pay for anything, though. I got like 3 different lobbies of Microman. I used to watch Johnny Bravo a long time ago. He was always pretty funny to watch. I used to like watching his stuff, like just whatever he's saying. I never did follow much of his trading stuff. I know he talked about it a little bit, but I've never got any farther than that. Dude, look at the Gold Ripper. Let's see. You could at least got what? Gone in with a mini. Look for 10 points. Ooh, previous day close. You said you paid for a lot. Mostly it's just easy. Found it on the... Okay. Yeah, I've seen those in the past. I think I remember you telling me about that. I think you were in my lobby a while back, and I think I remember you telling me that you had just started out. I think I remember that somewhat. Because you said you had bought a whole new, like, computer setup and all that. Okay. Yes, someone else in the lobby was talking about that a while ago. Ozark. Basically, what it is, they lowered the uh, day trading rule to $2,000. But that rule doesn't apply to futures trading, though. You can trade futures. That's just for stocks. Yeah, futures you can just trade. You don't. That doesn't apply to that rule. But with stocks, you got to have 25,000 if you're going to be a day trader with stocks. What do you like? It's either 3 trades a day or 3 trades a week. I'm not sure what it is. I used to remember, but I can't remember at the moment. I mean, I guess we can just Google it. Oh, it's 3 a week. Okay. I remember it being 3. I just wasn't sure if it was 3 a day or 3 a week. So, yeah. Yeah, I could not remember. Okay. So they're going to lower it down where you only got to have $2,000 if you want to be a stock day trader to trade stocks. But I don't ever trade stocks, so I don't even ever look for stocks to trade. I think that would take a lot of work to go try to find stocks to trade. I prefer to trade futures because you got the ES, you got the NASDAQ, you got gold, silver, oil. There's about 4 or 5 markets with really good volume that you can trade and make decent money out of. And plus, I like trading the same market over and over because I spend so much time watching the NQ that you just get used to watching the same price action over and over. I used to do the ES when I first started out, but my patience was horrible. So that was my biggest struggle when I used to trade the ES. So that's why I ended up switching over to the NQ. It is a lot more volatile and a lot more whipsawy, but you just kind of get used to it after a while. And see, most of my trades are usually taking off like support and resistance. So I try to take mostly all my trades around support and resistance and all 5-minute candles, like new 5-minute candles for most part. And I also like to trade in between hold numbers. It has its moments there, Micro, where it's just, yeah, you got to have some patience when trading the ES, definitely. Did you take the previous day close trade, Coach Fred? Whew, excuse me. Sorry about that. Look at the 15-minute charts. The EMA 50 is at the 929. Oh, wow. That's a long ways down. I don't know how hard it's going to be for us to get through all of this. That's the reason why I really don't want to short, because I shorted a while ago. I actually got short here earlier on my very first trade tonight. So this is why we haven't been taking a lot of trades, because I just got wrecked on the very first trade. And we finally got back in the green over here trading gold. So that's what happened tonight, guys. I got wrecked on the very first trade. Yep. It was definitely a nicer short. We definitely probably could have held on to that short and DCA'd back in, because I closed my trade at the 25, and we only went up to the 50 level. So not even 50, 45. So I only had to hold it for 25 more points. For another $200 in drawdown? It was also the 5 p.m. close. Oh, yeah, down at the 90 level. Yeah. Use the 4 p.m. Where's that at? Let's see. 4. Let's mark that out. There's the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock candle. I'm not even sure. That's one big old boner candle. Bay, are you short? Are you looking for the 920 or 929 for the 15-minute charts? Oh, you're waiting for that level. Okay. If we could get like another little retest of that previous day high and kind of figure out what's going to, what's it going to be like at these levels. Yeah, I'm not even sure if we'll find any more trades tonight. I was just trying to protect the profit we had. So we're still trying to pass that elusive eval, and we're so close. We're like one trade away. We need like $120 to pass our elusive eval. And we've been working on that thing for a few weeks, guys. I bet you I've taken a lot of trades for it to be only a 25K account. Let's see if we can find it. Pretty good. I feel like we've only had a couple big losses on this account. We've had one loss so far this month on this account. That was back on Tuesday. If you go back and look at that little calendar thing, I guess. Let's see. Where's it at? Nope. Well, we lost it. What the heck? Wow, we got 18 trading days in this account. Got a lot. Yeah, so this is just the one account that we trading since March. We've taken 2 losses. We got a lot of no trade days in there just because the market was pretty shitty back then. So just those 2 crappy losses with the small. The reason why I only have like $12 and $38 there. So more likely I was probably like I took a losing trade and we just barely got back in the green. So that's usually what those are from. And we need to make, like I said, $120 to pass this account. I know that doesn't look like a bad short. I mean, you can take a cheap short. You just can't hold it like I did earlier. I wanted that to be a cheap short earlier, but I ended up holding it and, like I said, getting wrecked. Are you still in a short, Bebe? Or Baber? Baber? Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Oh, no, you're not. Okay. For some reason, I thought you were looking for short. This is where I got short last time and got wrecked. So it's so hard to even mess with this short. If it can push up to, you said what? The 011s, then hold and setting up for a huge leg down. We'll mark out the 50% here. Gold plays are already kind of past. We can see if gold paid again. I don't know if it did. Usually I'd have stopped trading gold here at the 10 o'clock hour. Gold had about 3 or 4 winners tonight off the ledges. If you trade those ledges. Oh, okay, you're in the London. Okay, you're in London. Okay. So yeah, usually I do gold trades. I usually been trading those with the Methodical Man, the gold trades, and so usually you trade those between the 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock hour. You know, you just want to trade gold when it's kind of moving slow. You don't want to trade gold when it's got very high volatility, because it'll just rip it'll just rip through those levels. So we just like trading gold when it's just barely moving. Nick, are you trading tonight or are you sitting on the sidelines? Okay. I thought maybe you were trading or something. I've decided, Nick, if I have a really good Wednesday and Thursday on the funded accounts, I don't know if I'm going to trade Friday on the fundeds. Since we took a L last Friday. I mean, this could be a really cheap trade here. Don't need to be doing day trading. Yeah, day trading's tough. It definitely takes a while to get your excuse me, your trading stuff down. Trade on the sim account as long as you possibly can, guys. If you're fairly new to trading. Then if you're going to switch to evals, if you just feel that need, just don't oversize. Because that's why most people end up quitting, because of how much money they invest in trading in the beginning. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. I cannot stop yawning. Usually I start around 7 o'clock my time or 8 o'clock, but I had something to do tonight, so we got kind of a late start. We'll wait for one more top of the hour candle, and that'll probably be my last trade of the night there. I'm hoping at the top of the hour we get some kind of move. Excuse me. You're looking for the oops. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle. 3 seconds. Man, I feel like it's just so... I just feel like we get faked out if I try to take that. We're going to wait 5 more minutes to see what the top of the hour brings. A lot of times that top of the hour will bring up a little bit more momentum. If this was during the New York session, I'd probably take this short all day. But the volume's a little bit higher. So, oh my goodness. 4 o'clock comes early, guys. 4 o'clock comes early. Like I said, I'm usually back up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You're looking for shorts. It's so hard for me to short down here again, Bay, because I got caught in this short a while ago. I'm not saying it doesn't work out. I just know I got caught in this short a while ago, and I just don't know if I want to get caught again. I don't know if it's worth it to me. I could just walk away with my $30 in green and come back tomorrow. We haven't really been pushing this Bulanox account very hard lately because unless I get 3 accounts to the threshold, I can't unlock a 4th one. So those other ones just kind of sit there in pending status. So if you got 3 fundeds with Bulanox, you can have up to 11. But what it is, you got to get them all to the buffer zone. So you'd all, get them all to either 1,500 or 2,500, depending on what size account you're trading. And those are for the 25Ks and 50Ks. I got 2 accounts over the buffer, But the third one, I would need to make what, $600 to get over the buffer. Like I said, we'll hang out for a few more minutes to the top of the hour here. I just kind of wanted to see what this next hourly candle brings and see if we get like a big sell-off here. Because a lot of times, you know, you get your big move at the top of the hour for anybody that's new to trading Asia market. If you can be patient enough and wait to the top of the hour, that's usually when you get your trade, is at the top of the hour. So... I mean, this thing could just rip on down here. So, I mean, like I said, it was a nice little flag here. Like I said, New York session, we would have taken this all day long. So basically what you're doing is as soon as it crosses this wick here, get short. Put your stop loss here. So it would have been a fairly cheap trade. What? 4 points, 5 points. So cheap trade. About to have a new 5-minute candle here. So you don't really want to see this 5-minute turn into one big old wick. Oh, my goodness. Gold looks weaker. Thank you guys for watching tonight. Like I said, I have to go chill out for a minute because, like I said, I get back up at 4 o'clock in the morning. What's up, HMed? How are you doing tonight? I'm not sure what that MYAZ stands for. Like I said, sorry we didn't really take a lot of trades tonight. So basically what happened is tonight when we started, we basically bought the bottom tonight. And so I ended up buying here. I mean, as soon as we logged on, man, I bought this candle as it started breaking down. And as soon as I did, it just ripped my face back off to the other side. So we took a $200 loss, not 200, about $150 loss. I think what we're in a red, and we ended up getting most of it back trading gold. So we're up like 20 bucks. So that was just from trading gold. Yeah, don't buy the bottom. I literally bought the bottom, Coach Fred, like the bottom. But one thing that you got to know, man, is like, I could have probably held that trade and it would have came back to my entry plus some, because that's one thing about trading nighttime. It doesn't happen a lot, but most of the time it's coming back to where your entry was. Now we are trading 25Ks against each other on my funded futures Punisher. Here comes the move to 26,053. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do we long back above the previous day high? That is no, he's in the lead over there. I want to say micro with that one. Like if you buy one of those accounts, if you pass it, they give you a free one. But I think that's only a 24-hour sale. You just got to buy the account within the next 24 hours or like in the morning by like 9 or 10 o'clock or whenever that deadline is. And then if you pass it, they give you one. No, you have to pass the one that you buy. So you would buy one, and if you pass the one you buy, they give you a free one. So you would have to go buy, I think either a 25 or 50K. I know Methodical Man said he's trying it. So basically you buy one of their accounts, and if you pass it, they give you a free one. Oh yeah, no shorts. I done learned my lesson. No shorts. I'm not even touching the shorts, man. I already learned my lesson. All right, guys, like I said, we'll be back in the morning for our funded trade for anybody that wants to join us for the New York session funded trade. Hopefully we can keep our streak going. We've only had one loss. When was that? Let's see. We got a nice little streak going with the fundeds. Let's see. Me start talking about streaks and crap, we're going to end up taking a loss tomorrow. That's how it goes. When was that? March 23rd. So, yeah, we had a nice little streak there. Yeah, we just had that one loss on this 50K for the whole, the month of April so far. I want to say we took one on the 25K too, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and that one's on the 8th. So we've only had, what, 2 losses on our fundeds for the month of April right now. So we've been destroying the opening, guys. But, you know, you just never know when that loss is going to come. You just have to, you know, just take your loss. You know, try to not take a massive loss. So usually in the mornings, whenever we're doing our accounts, let me fix this so we don't make that mistake again. A lot of times we're just trading 3 micros looking for 30 points. So we're just trying to make $100 to $120 a day for most days. and it adds up pretty quick the more you do it. And see, I got my accounts where I only got to make $1,000, so I have no reason to trade more than three micros, because you can hit payout within a month with 3 micros, only looking for $1,000. So this is why, and we're usually got an 80-point stop loss. So what we do is we look for I'll either have this set on 40 or 15, depending on price action. And then my runner has no take profit. Then we look for a target for that last runner. And most of the time we try to take somewhere around the 30 to 40 points. Oh yeah, no doubt. Sounds good, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the morning. Good luck the rest of the night if you guys are going to trade into the London session. So this thing could just continue up higher all night long. I mean, it's probably going to be one of these deals. It seems like whenever we're at all-time highs, it's not going to stop until we probably break the all-time highs. I almost feel like that's what it's going to end up doing. It's just going to be that slow grind higher and higher. Just a slow grind. Now, that's what I've heard in most cases, Crash Man, is if oil is going up, the NQ is going down. I mean, I don't know if it's always like that, but it seems like it's been like that lately. But shoot. Look at oil tonight, man. This thing right here, dude, just wrecked somebody. What was that? I guess not. That's only like $4. I guess that's a lot in the oil world. I'm not even sure. I don't trade oil to really know, so I couldn't really tell you guys. So I don't know how many points it takes to make a lot of money on oil. Thank you, Punisher. Have a good one. $1 per mini on a micro. That is insane. That is insane, dude. Oh my goodness. You could lose so much money on oil. I did it with a sim account one night because I was messing around with it because people kept talking about it. I think I just put it on like a couple of sims, like 3 or 4. I lost like $800 within like a few minutes. And I haven't been back since then. So that's pretty wild. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the morning.